I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you are destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room for our subconscious, our spiritual journey, whatever it is. I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
Thank you so very much for joining us right here on the Coach's Corner, and we appreciate you stopping by. We want to say Happy New Year to all of those of you who are grinding it out and making it happen where you are. We appreciate you. We thank you in advance. Mr. Engineer, is everything going to be okay today? I hope so. Today we're talking about grinding is doing and resting is believing. My name is Marcus Salette, and as I approach this microphone on today, I admit I've got my share of issues, but I come with the wisdoms of the matter to help you along the path, along the journey. And I hope that I can earn the right to speak into your life. And I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to those of you that are following us around the world on the various platforms where SIBN television and radio airs. Thank you so very much. On my Twitter followers, thank you, as few as they may be. It does not matter. They wanted to follow me. I did not ask them per se to sign up. People see the work online and they follow. Thank you so very much. Spreaker followers, the best in the world. Thank you, Blog Talk Radio, 415-96radio.com. Thank you so much for all of you. It's time to get to work. Two-time grinding is doing, but resting is believing. Let's get to work. What's going down, everybody? I hope everybody is feeling okay. I hope that everybody is doing what they got to do, because you know what? This is your year. This is your time. You know what I'm saying? This is your moment. And today we just want to briefly talk about grinding. You know, everybody's talking about their grind, and everybody is impressing other people with their ability to work. And, I'll give it to you. There's a whole lot of folks that just won't do the work, and we can talk about that as well. But, I want to have a compare and contrast today, because grinding is good. I ain't got nothing against grinding. I grind hard. I go hard in the paint, as they say. You know what I mean? But you got to have your spiritual priorities straight. Tyler Perry said, after it's all said and done, what you're going to need to succeed is the grace gift of God. For real. It's true. You can pass all the business course you want. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead on in. I'm putting out my finalization for my theses up front today. You can have all the ducks in a row, as they say in nonprofit world. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to have your spirit in order, because your arms are too short to box with God. And so you know that he created everything, and everything he created, and it was for his pleasure that he created it. And so you cannot sit down here in life and enjoy what you think is life without the one who created the life that you think you are enjoying. I need some help. And so we oftentimes get stuck in a plethora of problems because we're in grinding mode and never cross over into rest mode. But some people don't even grind. You know, we could talk about how folks live their lives off of the solutions and off of the quick responses of others. Those are people that aid and abet them in their yesteryears, in their yesterday. You know, those are folks who are manipulated into feeling sorry for folks and manipulated into joining in on an action or a behavior that is unsanctioned, but oh well, she's cute, or oh well, she's young, or oh well, he's the only child type, excuse that we often give for why we aid and abet our kids into the nasty or the misbehaving actionary, situations. And so, and there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of people that don't work. They steal other people's ideas. They don't have enough confidence. And I'm just talking about the work, the grinding component right now. You know what I'm saying? And so, but there's an attitude in the land. There's a hype going around about people's grind. How many nights can you go without sleep type, situation. Kind of like a competition thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, I can go a whole week without sleeping, man, and I grind hard, man. I don't even go to sleep, man. Another guy says, man, well, I grind hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 jobs, and then I grind my own thing on the side. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else say, man, well, I don't do all that, man. I got me 3 hoes. I hate to go there, but I got to go there because that's part of our culture, and that's part of what we don't want to accept is part of our culture, is that we got folks out there pimping and doing a whole lot of other irresponsible things where they should be grinding and really working for their own, but yet they're using someone else's body, mind, or spirit to bring in what they themselves are too lazy to go get. I need some help right there, DJ.
He played last year. I was like, no, let him hit it.
Trey didn't know, well, what am I supposed to do? He's much bigger than I am. My husband said, just go at him and go full speed. And he just did it like he had been doing it since he was, younger than 8 or 9.
He's never missed a practice, been late for one. He's a dedicated football player, 12 months out of the year.
Trey's family is very close, and it's helped keep Trey on the path to his dreams.
The closest of our family is phenomenal.
When I step out of line, my mom is the first one on me.
I know I push him a whole lot more than what some of the other boys' parents do, but that, of course, will help him in the end.
Trey's dream is to be a professional football player. We work out together almost every night.
My dad taught me my work ethic. He taught me everything I know.
People talk about a plan B. We don't have a plan B. You put all that you have into your plan A. And if your plan A fails, then we'll work on another plan A.
The NFL is a big dream, and Trey has a plan and the support to protect it.
The best way to protect my dream is to stay focused, keep my body healthy, and to hit the books hard.
When Trey starts talking about what he wants to pursue, I just get behind him 100%. We have a motto that we live by that's put God first, go hard, and have fun. That's in life, in the classroom, and everything that you do.
You do a lot of thinking on a bike about your life, family, your dreams. One of my dreams came to me on a bike, to open up my own shop. So what happens when you complete a dream? Well, you just start thinking of the next.
All right, we're back here. Thank you so much, Mr. DJ. Appreciate you getting me out of that moment because I was heated. I was turned up. Okay, I was turned up. Grinding it out, you know what I'm saying? Do your own work. Do your own work. Don't pimp others. And if you aiding and abetting your son to learn how to be a pimp by giving him everything, or your daughter to learn how to be a pimpist, I don't know if that's a word, a madam, you know what I'm saying? Imagine some parents may be aiding and abetting their kids to be pimps and madams because they give them everything. Teach them jokers how to grind. Teach them jokers how to earn a living. Stop buying $300 shoe, $200 shoe, $100 pair of shoes. They ain't earned it. The trash still heaped up. Dishes still need to be. We're talking about the work component. And too many times more than not, the grinding is all we focus on, but we yet need to focus on the grind. I need some help right there. I said too many times the grinding is what we focus on, but yet we need to focus on the grind, but the rest is the key. Because, after you've done all that you can do, what do you do then? You can't make somebody buy your product. You can't make somebody, listen to your show. You can't make somebody follow you on Twitter or Facebook and like your status, for those that are into that. You can't make somebody sign on the dotted line on that contract. That's what I'm into. You can't make somebody deposit money into your business accounts. That's what I'm into, you see. But the grinding is very important. And we're not really teaching that to our kids as much as we used to, because everything around them is ready-made. Everything around them is handed to them. Everything around them is easily accessible. And so we have to put grind in its perspective. First, the early bird. Let's go over some grind elementaries, okay? The early bird gets the worm. I wake up to an alarm called purpose. It rings, ring, ring, up with your passion, up with your skill, out on the journey, and accomplish what you will. Dare to be a winner. Dare to stay on top. And if you don't get up, your life's purpose will drop. That's what rings and gets me up in the morning. The fact that I have but so many days, weeks, or months, or years, or even moments to accomplish a legacy for my grandkids and great-grandkids and great-great-grandkids. I need some help. When they ask, what was Marcus Salette about? What was the coach about? What kind of legacy did he leave? What did he stand for? What did he fight for? See, this is the grind when you get down into the grit of it. The grit of your grind is purpose. The grit of your grind is, why are you here? The grit of your grind is not just being passionate about, because you can be passionate about something you really desire to do, but it could be the absolute wrong thing to do. I mean, for 25, 30 years, I work with youth in the streets. I do mean in the streets. For every kind of youth. Expelled youth. Youth that were rapists. Youth that were juvenile delinquents. Youth that were drug dealers. Gun toting. And on and on and on and on and on. You see what I'm saying? And I did a lot of great things, but that was not my purpose. I need some help. DJ, I need some help. It was not my purpose. Grinding has to be in perspective for believing and rest to come into perspective. We have to have the right objective on our grind so that it is not warped. It is not one-sided. You're not here to impress your friends about how many nights you can go without sleep. You're not here to impress your family about how many jobs you can have. You're not here to impress your homeboys and your homegirls about how much you can party because you didn't grind so hard. You didn't grind so hard. You know what I'm saying? I turn up. You know what I'm saying? Bottoms up. No. Let's back this thing up and get this thing in perspective, because there's another level to the grind. It's called rest. Rest is when momentum takes over. Now faith takes over, joy takes over, passion took over, but now you can sit back and allow don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, because the power of momentum alone, on the wings of momentum rise the resources that you need. And so many times we're grinding trying to get, when rest says I've got. Grinding says I'm going to put work into motion to do what I gotta do. But rest says, dude, I have already done my ABCs. Now it's time to sit back, let my faith take me beyond what my friends have the capacity to compliment. I need some help. Beyond what my family have the capacity to criticize. I need some help. The rest that I need gives me the ability to pause, not answer every text, not like all the statuses, not always be on my phone, not always have to be on my tablet, but I'm in a zone. I'm in a zone. Yeah, DJ, I'm in the zone. My rest said, God, you got this. My rest say I gotta go to church and get me some word, you know what I'm saying? Because before I smack somebody, go upside somebody's head, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of crazies out here. So my rest tell me, no, I gotta give God some time. My rest say I gotta hang out with my son sometime. And, you know, son, you want to go get you some cereal? Because he loves him some cereal now. You know what I'm saying? He eat 3 or 4 boxes of them jokers at a time. My rest say, hey, let's get away from the studio. Hey, let's get away from the broadcast booth. Hey, let's get away from the microphone. Hey, let's put down the computers. Hey, let's put down the PDAs. Hey, let's put down the cell phones. Hey, let's put down the digital cameras. Hey, let's put down the television camera. And let's go get the sun and let's go hang. You know what I'm saying? Let's kick it. You know, let's see what he's talking about. Let's see what he's feeling. You see what I'm saying? That rest gets you balanced. See, that rest brings about that modesty. I felt something push me right there. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of us ain't got that. We don't have that because we're busy still trying to impress somebody because you got some missing pieces from yesterday's life. You got some missing pieces from yesterday's life, and so now you still trying to impress somebody with the life that you're living now, and you wondering why you can't make headway and have momentum. It's because you still trying to impress them, hey, they and her and him. But when you stop trying to impress people and say, you know, my grind is what it is. I work hard, you know what I'm saying? I got a 16-hour day. I understand that. I have to remind myself to go to lunch. I understand that. I have to remind myself to exercise. I got that. I have to remind myself, you know what I'm saying, to get up from the studio, get out from the broadcast booth, walk away from the TV set, and do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Go have a meal, go enjoy some water. But my grind is what it is. It is what it is. I'm able to do the small work. Some people complain. Look, DJ, hold up. Some people complain about the minute work that they have to do. See, this is where the grind becomes significant and gets you ready for the rest that you are getting ready to walk in. The grind is significant when you stop complaining about how much you don't have no help for the small tasks that you don't feel like doing. I need some help. Like filing your taxes with the IRS, like getting that accountant and saving up those receipts and getting those receipts together, since we're talking about tax time. The small little things about the grind that get you ready for the rest, because you know that as you do those small tasks, they require something more of you. And you begin to say, you know what, I got the faith that I'm going to have me an accountant, because I can't grind over here and then try to double back over here and do all these numbers and try to save myself some money and so forth and so on. So I'm going to stretch out on my faith and I'm going to have me an accountant. I'm going to get another accountant. That one didn't save me enough, or whatever the case may be. The intricate task. And people want to say, Marcus, well, how did you become successful? I become successful as I learn and yearn for it, of course, but I lean on my spirit, man. Dude, I lean on my spirit. I don't even trust my mind. I don't even trust my mind. To show you how I don't trust my mind, I was grinding out. This is a true story. I was grinding out. DJ, you can bring that up. I was grinding out, man. I had this dream about this person, man, for real. Long time, old time friend of mine. I had this dream about this person. I'm talking about how grinding without resting would mess your mind up, okay? I was grinding. I had this dream about this person. In this dream, I asked him, was everything okay? That's the essence of what I asked him. It wasn't verbatim, but the essence of the question. Hey, you good? You know, what's up? I went back. I did pray about it. I won't tell you no lie. I didn't really go in on the prayer though. I should have went in. You know, I should have went in on the and inquired the Lord even more. And I did ask people that were close to me about the dream, and I mentioned it and I talked about it for a minute. But you know, I'm on my grind. I looked up 30 days out from the dream. The person, I want to say 30, maybe 40 days out from the dream, the person's dead. The person dropped dead. Now, passion can't fix that. Grinding on your 9 to 5, your 16-hour day, your 3 days without sleep, that can't fix that. And I asked myself a question. I said, now why is this person dead? They wasn't sick. Nothing happened to them. No car accident. They just went on out of here. And then it came to me. You respect your grind, but you don't respect your rest. You respect your flesh, but you don't respect your spirit. We are lopsided, still trying to impress them, they, her, and him with our grind. And your grind can keep you from seeing the greater picture. That dude, I should have got out from my studio. I should have got out from the television set. I should have left the broadcasting booth. I should have left the MTA classes that I do. I should have left and went and saw about my sister. But I did not. To my demise, of my confession, Coach missed it. I missed an opportunity to walk in more rest because I was grinding 2 times. And what I'm saying to you is, maybe you don't have your grind down. If you don't, get that down first. But for those of you that may be listening to me, you got your grind down. I'm telling you, what about your rest? That is the question of the year for me. What about your rest? Are you resting? Are you walking in your spirit?
Now is the time. Now is the time. Have your radio show on SIBN Radio. You're ready to share your message with the world. Then call 404-910-5019. That's right, call 404-910-5019. Producing your radio show on SIBN Radio. For more information, dial 404-910-5019. That's right. 404-910-5019. Now is the time. The number 1 show on SIBN television and radio. The Coach's Corner's Daily Show. Now airing at www.415-96radio.com. For hardcore motivation and daily inspiration. Tune in. That's www.415-96radio. That's www.415-96radio.com.
I'm Nomvula, aka Sunshine, and we here in South Africa are tuned in to SIBN Radio at www.415-96radio.com. If you would like to know more about the SIBN television and radio network, complete a contact form at the website www.415-96radio.com. Salute USA TV, reaching the world.
All right, we're back here. SIBN Radio's number 1 show. DCC is in the house 2 times. Grinding is for your natural mind. Rest is for your spiritual mind. And we're talking about grinding versus resting. And I was telling you, oh my goodness, my dear sister is gone on, man. She just, you know what I'm saying. Why? Because I didn't think enough of my rest. Put down my labor. Go see about my sister. Just keeping it real with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it real. And some people don't have they grind down, you know what I'm saying? You do what you got to do. But those of you that under the sound of my voice, you understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is the devotion that I missed. You see, it's no good to have a devotion if you're going to miss the intention of the devotion, which is to do the things that are necessary within the scope of spirit that will cause your life to be balanced. I should have went and saw about. She just was right up the road. I know why I didn't go see her though. I know why, because in my mind's eye, I'm like, I'm on my grind right now. And I knew her husband very, very well. We all knew the whole family. And I didn't want to deal with her husband. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm being frank with you. I'm being transparent with you. Pride. You see what I'm saying? Pride on the coach's part. You see what I'm saying? And then a month later or so, she's dead. Now, what is that? That's a lack of faith. That if I step away from my grind, that I step back in time. Here's my point. If you have to step back in time, and there are many, many, many opportunities for us to step back in time, back with the folk who knew us when, back with the folks who judged us according to X, Y, Z, back with the folks who didn't think that you was going to accomplish much, but they already knew something was special upon your life. If you have to step back in time, that's why I didn't want to go see the lady, because I didn't want to step back in time. Let's just keep it real. I didn't want to go see my friend because I didn't want to have to deal with folks around her that knew me when. And that's not even a bad thing when they knew me when. It's just that they judged prematurely what I was purposed to do. Because, oh my God, it leads me into a whole nother conversation, but I can't go there. This is what I want to say to you. There are some people that you met out of season, in season. I need some help. There's some people that you met out of season, in season. Like, for instance, if you went through a divorce, you met some people while you were going through your divorce or during your separation, but you met them in season during the divorce, but they were out of season regarding purpose. I need some help right there. And so those folks now prejudge you because they know you based on calamity. They know you based on catastrophe. They know you based on tragedy. And I didn't want to go see my friend because I didn't want to have to deal with the eyes, the ears, and the mouths of those that knew me out of season, in season. And so I stayed on my grind, which I had promised myself that I was going to do to build my momentum. And I've been building my momentum. I've been building the radio, show and building the broadcast and all that. But my rest is more important than my grind. Is my point. It's scary. It's real scary. Real scary. Grinding is more important when you're trying to impress, when you're trying to save face. See, everybody ain't grinding for the same reason you grinding. Some people is grinding to save face. They trying to prove something that they shouldn't have to prove, because when purpose is enacted, it's automatic. It's on autopilot. Purpose don't need no help. Purpose just need to be fulfilled. It don't need a kickstart. It just need to be fulfilled. And we still haven't gotten that down in our spirit yet, man. I'm just being transparent with you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I didn't want to go see my friend, because I don't want to have to step into yesteryear and deal with the eyes and the ears and the questions. What you doing now? I try to let my work speak for me. But you know what? I should have went and saw her. Because if I would have stopped and went and saw her by faith, knowing that I met them out of season, in season, you feel where I met them in a time in my life when I was under a lot of pressure. And people learn you by the pressure you face in the season that you're walking. I need some help. People judge you by the pressure you face in that particular season that you're walking. And they have no clue who you really are. They just caught you when the wind blew you left. I need some help. That's why I didn't want to go see her. I did not practice walking in my spirit. I did not practice my rest. I did not practice my faith. And I apologize to God. I apologize to my sister. I apologize to myself. And I'm working on that. You see, the twix that I find myself in, the grind also is very tricky, because you could be grinding on something, but it's not purposeful. So your grind is needless. Your ground that you're gaining is fruitless. And so it's very important that we put things in perspective, because folks are dropping dead. Folks are leaving this earth. Folks that meant something. This person meant something to me. This person say something in your life. They don't waste words. This person believed against what others even believed about me. This person believed beyond what others standing right there in the same room. I felt something push me right there. And I did not even take the time. I feel so bad about that, but I can't take on the guilt, because it's a lesson that I must learn, that grinding is the doing, but rest is your believing. Put down the mic, put down the pen, put down the keyboard, and step up and say, God, what you have me to do today? If you put your dream in your heart, stop what you're doing and go see about that person. Pick up the phone. A lot of folk calling you, but are you calling who God told you to call? This is the coach. I got to go. Follow me on Twitter if you can, man. It's been a hard one. Grinding is the doing, baby. The rest is the believing. Walk in your faith. This coach.
inside out and not from the outside in. Don't trick yourself. You will wreck yourself trying to impress others and trying to keep up with the Smiths and the Joneses. It's about time that you start looking at the finish line. And at DCC, we offer the hardest core motivation, daily inspiration for your spiritual foundation that you can find. Why? Because our philosophy is simple. We are the common denominator.